Hey, what's going on YouTube? How's it going, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Outperforming Me, Steve. First and foremost, everybody, I gotta apologize. So sorry, y'all. I haven't made a video in a very long time, probably almost a year. Truth of the matter is that I just got a new job. Really digging it. Just demands a lot of hours from me, man. And the videotaping of my aquarium hobbies kind of fell off the plate. Well, I decided to make my little garage breeding setup here a little more user friendly. And I started doing it and I was like, well, duh, why are you videotaping this? This is some great content for everybody out there who might want to be doing something, and doing something as small as what I got going on. So here we are. I'm going to call this series Garage Days Revisited. I'm going to take you through how I decided, where I'm putting everything, how I'm doing everything, the ins and the outs. Pretty much learned a lot in that year where I had these racks already set up, and I've learned a lot on how to make it better. When I first started out, I'm just Frankensteining stuff up here. You know, I had a rack over here that I started with, and then I added this rack and that rack behind me. Well, the electrical and everything wasn't really planned out for that. And so it turned into a real mess, just kind of hodgepodge, Frankensteined everything everywhere. So I'm cleaning that up. I'm making it much smarter to use, and you'll understand what I'm saying when I go through that. But you know, work smarter, not harder. And I'm going to take you through. Really excited about this series. Really excited to be back making a video and several videos for you. And I hope you like these. So as you can see, my first challenge was space. This is about all I was able to cut out of this entire house for my little man cave. This little area here. And if I back up, you can see the rest of the garage. Out of this whole house, there's the kid stuff over there in my car. So out of this whole house, this tiny space was all I was able to cut out for myself and my tank setup. So space was an issue. As you can see, it's really small, but I think I've got it together pretty good. Over here on this side, when I first started out, you know, I wanted to cram as many tanks as I could into as small a space as I could, with the biggest water volume and yada yada yada. So I started out over here on this rack. I had a 30, 30, and 30, and then two 20 highs, which extended this rack pretty far out this way. As well as to get them, they were really high, which made taking care of the top shelf quite a headache. So I knew I wanted to slim that down, and then those tanks were way too big for what I'm breeding, and way too hard to, you know, larger water volume means bigger maintenance and water changes and such. So I went with a smaller rack here. So it's this little square area. I cut down this rack. The racks are all made by using a dado joint and 2x4. Really cheap, minimal pieces. You can find out where to build one of these at Ted Judy's Fishroom. I'll put a link in the description below. He's got a great video on how to put these racks together. So all three of those racks are built in the same way. And one thing I learned is that, you know, the tanks were too big and it was doing much more than what I needed. So on this, I've got 6 10-gallon tanks right now, and I'll be easily able to maintain all these tanks. And the plan is I'm going to use this tank to breed, this tank to grow out. When the Petco has their sale again, I'm going to have 3 20 gallons that I'll put here, and those will be grow out tanks as well. And then this rack contains 3 20-gallon longs, which I have divided in half, and this will be the holding tanks for my Apisto pairs. It's kind of a mess right now because I'm just keeping the sponge filters alive and such in these tanks. Got some fish in there, but nothing to really show. So that's the design I came up with. We'll hold them here, the fish here. I'll bring them over here when I'm ready to breed. When they breed, I'll remove the cave and put it in this tank with a little methylene blue, and hopefully raise the fry over here by separating it from the parents. Hopefully I'll get some bigger broods as well. So that's the tank setup. Over here, like I said, I got 3 5-gallon tanks that are kind of miscellaneous that I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with yet, but they are definitely going to be part of the breeding plan. Good thing about 5-gallon tanks is that they're easy to move. So that ends the first installment of this Garage Days Revisited series. I'll be going over the plumbing in my next episode. Comment, rate, subscribe. We'll catch you all next time. Hope you're going to enjoy this series. Take care.